Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm Gina. I'm a registered homeopath here in Ontario and clinic director and owner at Birch Health Studio. This is Atticus.
Hello.
Atticus is with me today because we just started kindergarten this week, and I thought it was really appropriate to talk a little bit about anticipatory anxiety associated with going back to school. So not only was Atticus a little bit nervous about going to school, but Mommy and Daddy were too. You don't realize how stressful it's going to be when your kids go back to school or start school. And it's different for every parent, and it's different for every kid. But I thought, sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. But I thought it would be really appropriate to talk about different homeopathic remedies that you can use to help your children, your kiddos, and yourself get through the back to school jitters. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there are 4 different homeopathic remedies that I'm going to talk about. And the first one is the most common anticipatory anxiety remedy, and that is called Gelsemium. So with Gelsemium, you're going to find a lot of symptoms where your child is anxious. They may say their body is tense or sore. They don't necessarily cry, but they definitely have that standoffish feel. They may need to use the washroom a lot. And that goes same for mom and dad. So for me, I just kept feeling like feeling like I had to go pee. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so nervous for him. I have to pee again. So that is a Gelsemium child or Patty or mom and dad. So Gelsemium is great for that. Any anticipatory anxiety specifically, where definitely the body feels like it's trembling or it's tight or it's heavy or it's sore. Okay, so I have them listed here. So the next remedy is Pulsatilla. And Pulsatilla are the kids that you're going to see that are crying. Sorry, crying. You're very loud. They're usually crying. They're usually hiding behind mom and dad or teacher. They're very timid and shy, and anything kind of sets them off. They may get really emotional about anything. They're very sweet and kind and gentle, but they're very timid. So that is typically a Pulsatilla child. For a parent, you might find with the Pulsatilla, same thing. You have a hard time kind of getting your head around them going to school. You feel very emotional, very weepy about it. One minute you feel great about it, the next minute you're not feeling so great about it. So yeah, that would work well for mom and dads going through that, or caregivers. Okay, so the next remedy that I'm going to talk about is Lycopodium. And Lycopodium is a great remedy for children that are incredibly capable of doing things, but are very apprehensive about taking on new challenges. And they have a specific fear of not being good enough or not succeeding at the tasks that they're undertaking. So, many times they will undertake the task eventually, and they'll usually do very well, but they don't want people to think that they're going to fail. So those are typically Lycopodium children. And another very typical trait of a Lycopodium child when they are starting back to school is that they'll outwardly appear very jovial and excited, and also very capable. They'll really kind of hold this I can do this, I got this. But really it's sort of like, I hate to use the word facade, but it's not a facade because children are so innocent, but it's like a little show that they put on to hide the fact that they really actually don't feel like they're capable of completing the tasks that the teacher gives them. And yeah, it's good, huh? So similar to mom and dad, so if you're experiencing symptoms like that, Lycopodium would work really well for you as a parent. Okay? Like you're nervous that your kid's not going to meet expectations, things like that. Meanwhile, they're very capable. Okay, so the next remedy is a really common one, probably almost as common as the Gelsemium child, is Phosphorus. And Phosphorus kids are super outgoing, really sweet and kind and talkative and creative. But they sort of also have these bouts of anxiety, which is almost all-consuming. And when they have these bouts of anxiety, so say they have to do something that causes anxiety, they'll go into a state of almost like full fear. They'll, like, very irrational fears. Suddenly they will, I'm sick all the time, or they get sick. Anytime they have to take on something like starting school or completing a test or doing a pop quiz or doing that presentation, suddenly they're not well. And they are also suddenly afraid of the dark or very, very afraid of thunderstorms. Alternatively, they can also be incredibly energized by thunderstorms. So, I'm sorry. That was my child tooting. Enjoy that. That's great, buddy. Okay, carrying on. Phosphorus children. So outwardly, very jovial, very dramatic, very playful, very artistic. At home, they'll be acting and singing and playing outside and being creative. But then as soon as school starts, they're like suddenly afraid of everything. Okay? So, that's another thing. They bite their nails a lot. So children that bite their nails when they're nervous, you can see your kids, the moment they have to go on the school bus or they're sitting at breakfast and they're biting their nails, that's another phosphorus trait if you have the other symptoms that match. Okay. On the other hand, parents who are phosphorus, I'm actually, I show very constitutionally as a phosphorus. I was very much a phosphorus child growing up. I had all those symptoms, and I've carried that on into my adulthood. But usually, when I'm nervous, I typically represent as a Gelsemium. So if this helped, that's awesome. I hope that, you can utilize these remedies for your kids or for yourself. And if you have any questions or comments, please let us know. You can always contact us at info@birchhealthstudio.ca. You can visit our website, which is www.birchhealthstudio.ca. And have a great weekend, and good luck to all those going back to school. Say bye.
Bye.